Hi everybody, this is Pam with a project share. Actually my first project share, so be patient with me. This is my first YouTube video, and I'm sharing a doily book. Actually it's a cupcake doily book, and the theme I chose to do was roses. Roses is a favorite subject of mine, and I love roses because they remind me so much of all things ladylike and Victorian. So I started with this project. For this project, I used all small doilies, probably between 3 and 4 inches round. And then I just added my own trims to each of them to make the project a little bit different and make it my own. So we'll start with the first page, the cover, and this is a obviously rose. Started again, like I said, with the pink doily, or the ecru doily as a matter of fact, and then layered it up with some pieces of white doily. And this trim here around my image is actually a piece of lace trim that I cut apart into smaller pieces and used it as a frame. The insert and all the inserts on the doilies are pictures of roses that I did download from the internet. And when I was finished with the project, I went over the roses with a gentle swipe of stickles in various colors to kind of give it a little bit of glossy, glistening look, which I liked for this. It looks a little bit like dew on the roses or something, and I thought that was nice. So like I said, I made the frame out of a piece of trim that I cut apart and glued paper. You can see a little closer here. Paper roses in the center of each of the little pieces of white floral trim. And then I just stuck pieces of excess trims I had here and there. Little pink trim here. I made my own little kind of like a little dangle here on the front piece. You can see with this stuff is getting caught. It's actually on the second page, but there's a little dangle here. Hopefully you can see that with a little rose in the center. So that is page 1. Page 2 opens up. This is kind of like the yellow rose of Texas, I guess. I decided to do this one in yellow, but I did want to frame it in a different color to kind of offset it a little bit. So again, I cut a piece of trim apart, used the pink daisies around the rose, and then again with the stickles on the rose itself. And I also put some pink stickles in the center of each daisy to kind of give it the effect of a stone, like a rhinestone or something. So that's how I finished off and framed the yellow rose. In addition, I used some fibers that came from a piece of yarn. This yarn was actually gifted to me by Annette James. It came on a package that she sent to me, so I recycled it, upcycled it, and used it for my picture. And I thought the little fuzziness of the yellow and the pastel colors down here really kind of gave it a little bit of charm and personality. And again, all these little pieces stuck here and there kind of offset it. I even used some little beads over on this side to give it a little bit of sparkle. So that's page 2. Page 3 is red, and I didn't do too much with the dangles on this. I just decided to concentrate actually on the pearls and the actual red of the flower. So this page was just pretty much the doily itself. I did have some bridal applique that I inserted little pieces of and cut apart trim here. I used a little bit of pearl trim in the background, and I cut apart some red lace that I had and made little snippets here that I thought gave it some character too. Again with the stickles on the rose, and I had this piece in my stash, so it made a nice addition there with the red rose. Page 4 is probably my favorite. This is obviously the peach rose. I again used some bridal applique here and a piece of trim that I had in my stash that was actually peach color. This is off of also just a snippet that I had left over in my stash from some trim I used. And I had this vine also in my stash that I used, and I really like the way that turned out with the green kind of surrounding the peach rose. And then the flat back pearls on top of each petal of this lace trim in the peach color kind of made a nice, I think, offset it really nicely with the pearls that are here on the bridal applique. So that's page 4. Page 5 is a true pink rose. Kind of like pinky color, baby pink almost. And again, I framed the pink rose image with a piece of trim that I cut apart and actually made my own frame for this piece. And then again, took the stickles, and in the center of each, where the beads are, there's a pink bead, and then I use the stickles as a kind of shine it up a bit. And then of course I had the little letters in my stash, the spelt rose, so I put those there. Again, a little bit of bridal applique, a few excess pieces of lace, and there's some fibers in this one too I had in my stash, and I just decided to incorporate those. A little bit of this and a little bit that, so that's the pinky page. The next page is yellow. This of course is, you know, gorgeous. There's something about a yellow rose. And so I decided to do this page in real gentle, soft yellow and white colors. Again, added some tidbits here and there, added the clay flowers, some fibers here. This was another piece of bridal applique I stuffed in there. And then I found this beautiful piece of bling. It was a part of an antique earring, and I decided to add that and give it a little bit of personality. So that's there, and the yellow rose with the stickles just stands out really pretty. And of course I've got the frame here too around. I cut out a piece of a doily, and so that made a beautiful frame. So that worked out beautifully. The next page is, again, done in the rose color. It's a different rose, but we're back to the pink colors. And I did this in a lovely shade of pink again, and some of the peach colored snippet I had left. So I stickled this rose, and then I made my own frame with pieces of lace trim I had left, more bridal applique, and added a little bit of pink down here for a dangle that I also, this was cut apart, and then embellished it with a antique pink, kind of a vintage pink earring that I took the back off of and put it in the corner. And then the last page is the back, and I left the back plain just because I thought, you know, there's so much stuff inside. But I do like the multicolors of the doilies here. I've got the older doily, the off-white against the white, still pink, snippets of the pink and the peach showing here, pieces of doily that's cut out, and the dangles from this page. Actually, the dangles were on this page. And so then when you close it, they also show on the back. So that's my project. And I tied it together with some of the seam, what do you call it, the seam binding. I think it was actually the Hug Snug seam binding, and in pink. And I also had some fibers left, so I added some fibers into the tie, and actually just did one single tie on this. I was thinking about making some charms and making it a little chunkier, but I decided that I would leave it this time and let my stickles be the bling mostly for this project. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope I did okay for the first project, and if I didn't, bear with me. Hopefully I'll get better at this as I go forward. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. Bye.